Today I'm going to talk about all of the pieces, colors, styling that I'm excited to wear for fall and show you how I would style everything. Hi, I'm Leah. I'm the founder of Studio Nacré, a curated archive of style and living. Fall is my favorite season when it comes to fashion. This is definitely the time when I feel the most inspired and that fits my wardrobe and overall style the best. For example, in terms of color, fall to me is a lot of browns, grays, a lot of muted tones, a lot of burgundies, purple, and the colors are on the darkest side. Compared to winter, for example, which to me would be more icy blues, lilac, a lot of creams, a lot of whites, and I think overall lighter colors in general. This is not so much something that my brain is doing consciously, just how I'm wired and how I think of clothes and seasonality. I have a few fashion rules that I don't really deviate from. Which brings me to the first item that I want to talk about, and that is fur jackets. I'm not a super big fan of the ones that are entirely made out of furs, like the more bulky ones or the ones that are like full length. They tend to look a bit more traditional, and I think it just doesn't suit my vibe in general. But I do think some people can put it off and it looks amazing. However, I love short to hip length fur jackets that have elements of fur in them mixed with another fabric like denim or leather, suede for example. I love a very pretty fur collar or fur cuffs. I think look amazing, or even having some kind of fur here on the bust. There's a jacket from Kim Shui from the fall 2025 collection that is to die for. It's definitely a statement piece, and I don't really see how practical or how wearable it would be outside of a runway, but this is typically the kind of jacket that I really like. So this specific fur jacket that I'm gonna show you is not quite as dramatic, but it's definitely a statement piece in my wardrobe, and it's a staple for me in fall. So I got this jacket from my mom years ago. I'm gonna try and show it on camera. It's a bit hard, but it has very dramatic fur cuff and collar. And the good thing about it is that you can remove the collar, you can remove the cuff, and then it's just a simple denim jacket. Only the fur on the edges of the jacket stays. For today, I'm not gonna put the collar on because I wanna put a turtleneck, and I think the two together, collar plus turtleneck, is just gonna be a bit too much. So this one is a simple cashmere turtleneck, and I love this gray color. It's just so soft, and I feel like it's a staple for fall and it goes with everything. Then I'm gonna add these black flare pants that I love. They have a small buckle here. That's the buckle. It's such a pretty detail. And they're slightly flare at the bottom. I really like them. They're my go-to everyday pants. I got them at a consignment store about 2 years ago, I think. And since then, I've been wearing them almost every day. For shoes, I would wear these slingback little kitten heels with a silver buckle detail. I'm gonna try and show you better. If there's any fur on any of my clothes, it's my cat. They love being on my shoes, they love being on my clothes. So yeah, I removed the fur, sorry. I remove the fur all the time, but there's still some remaining. They're very simple slingback heels, and the heel is very small, and they're very, very comfortable. For bags, I'm gonna wear this simple shoulder bag. It has a suede material, and it has a kind of flap like this. It's very, very practical, and you can fit a lot actually in it because it opens like this, and then you can just clip it, and yeah, that's it. And I love it. It's such a basic in my wardrobe, and the color goes with everything again. I'm just gonna add some gloves to just finish off the outfit. I have so many gloves, and I have to remind myself to wear them because they're so beautiful. So I'm gonna add these suede brown gloves. They're matching with the bag. It wasn't on purpose, but they're matching perfectly. I think gloves are so underrated, but they add such a chic, elegant touch. I'm currently writing a review on the fall 2025 collections, and there was a lot of red in general, but for some reason there was a lot of red gloves. So I think that can be a nice touch if you want to experiment with a pop of color. I'm not gonna wear any jewelry just because I feel like the outfit doesn't really call for it, and there's not much that you could see anyway. This would be an everyday look that I could wear pretty much everywhere if I'm going out with friends, with my husband. It's a pretty casual outfit for me, and I would feel very comfortable in it. Usually this formula of black flared pants, a top, and a jacket with like a small shoulder bag is my go-to outfit formula. So this is something that you're gonna see me wear very often on this channel. The next thing that I want to talk about is leopard print accessories. I tend to go for leopard print accessories rather than big pieces like statement coats or pants. I gravitate towards leopard print for fall, but it's a print that I can wear all year round. I think a few months ago I saw a video of a creator, I don't remember who it was, and she was saying because last year 2024 we saw a lot of leopard print statement pieces like coats or skirts, people got tired of it, and so this year would be more zebra print, or I think I saw cow print. There were a little bit of zebra on the runway, but there were much more leopard print. I would argue that leopard print doesn't really go in and out of style. It's such a staple and it just comes back every year. I don't feel like it's something that is as cyclical as zebra print could be, or cat print, or even polka dots. It's something that's much more like a staple, just like black would be. You can tell me in the comments if you agree, what you think of leopard print. Maybe that's just in my own fashion bubble that I think that. So the piece that I want to style today is this bag. It's a 24-hour bag by Gérard Darel. It's a French brand. I think it's pretty known even outside of France. They do really good bags. I'm gonna show you just a bit closer. It's a very, very beautiful bag, and I've had it for years and it's in perfect condition. I do take really good care of my bags, but still I think the quality speaks for itself, and it's just a very good piece. It's definitely not a cheap brand as well, so it makes sense, but it's not guaranteed that when you pay the price for a bag, you actually get good quality. I feel like actually a lot of bags that are expensive nowadays, the quality doesn't follow, and it's mainly the brand name that costs a lot. So yeah, if you want to go for a really good quality bag, Gérard Darel is a very good one. So then I'm gonna style it with these capri pants. They hit right at my ankle, I would say. So I don't know if they're true capris, but they're definitely shorter than like a traditional pants. I got them recently at a consignment store. They're from the brand Liviana Conti. I didn't know the brand before, but I could tell that they were a quality piece. They were a bit more expensive than the usual consignment store piece. I think they were about $50, but the cut was really nice. The silhouette was really nice. I could tell it was a quality piece, and the tag said made in Italy, which is always a good sign. And so I looked up the brand, and their pants retail for I think 200 to 300 euros. So it was definitely a really good find in my opinion. I said in a previous video that I love when pants don't have any zippers or any seams that's visible, especially on the front. Then I'm gonna add this simple top. It's a long sleeve shirt that I really like, but I'm actually gonna wear it backwards because I really love the neckline it gives. It has a really beautiful kind of lace at the top, and that's why I really love wearing it like this. For shoes, I'm gonna wear these ballet flats. They have like a satin finish. They're really simple ballet flats. This is typically what I would wear going to a coffee shop, just hanging out with my friends. It's a very comfortable outfit, but it's still cute. It still has a little bit of flair. The next piece that I'm gonna talk about and that I'm very passionate about, that I've talked about in a previous video and also on my Substack, is kitten heels, specifically pointy kitten heels. It's my go-to shoes whenever I'm going out. Every time I go shopping and I see a pair, I want to buy it. They're a bit sexy, a bit alluring, chic, and at the same time they're very comfortable because they have a small heel and they're not that very high steep heel, so it still feels kind of cute. Yeah, I love pointy kitten heels. So today I'm gonna style these black heels from Mango. I'm gonna try to show you the heel. I don't think the camera is gonna do them justice because they're so pretty. I don't know if you can see on a camera, but they have this kind of curve here, which actually is very flattering on the foot because a lot of very pointy heel, the problem is that this part is a bit short and then you can see the beginning of the toes here and it's not always flattering. And with this one, it completely covers your feet and the curve here makes it just like very beautiful. And the heel is very small. There's this beautiful satin material. I love them. I love them so much. And I got them back in May for my birthday. I actually waited months to buy them because it's kind of hard for me to justify the price, and I don't usually buy a lot of things new. I tend to go for thrift stores or consignment stores. I don't go to a lot of boutiques here in Toronto. I feel like the boutique offering is a bit mediocre. There's a lot of good thrift stores, but yeah, when it comes to malls, there's not much in my opinion. And I'm gonna pair them with the same pair of black flared pants that I wore earlier for another outfit. Like I said, they're my go-to pants, so you're gonna see them a lot in my videos. But these with the small pointy heels I think look so good. I love when pants are quite long and you can only see the tip of the shoe, like a very pointy tip or even like a square tip. I think it just looks so good. Then I'm gonna add this vintage top that I also got from my mom. This is my favorite top. This is my favorite thing out of all my closets. I've had it for years and my mom had it for years before that, so I think it's a pretty old piece. It has a beautiful lace material. I don't know if you can see the construction properly, but it's just very, very well made. And it has a Chinese closing button. I think it's called panko. And it has just this zip closing at the back. I'm gonna pair it with this blazer that I got in June. I was looking for the perfect like short to, I would say medium length blazer, black, that could go with everything. It has beautiful sleeves. It's the kind of details that I really like. They're a little bit flared, but not too much. It's very sleek. There's no button. There's just these two kind of like hook on the front. So it's different than the traditional buttons, and I feel like it looks so good because it gives it a more like sleek and more minimalist kind of look. And it's also cinched at the waist, so the shape is also really good on the body. In the back, there's kind of like this thread, like cord that you can tie it with, but usually I just let it hang. I think I got it for $30, which again is kind of expensive for Value Village, so I knew that it must have been like a nice brand. It was a Canadian brand and I don't regret buying it at all. I love it so much, and I think $30 for a very well constructed blazer is nothing. I feel like when you thrift shop a lot, you tend to put your bar like lower and lower in terms of prices because you're so used to seeing things that are 5 or 10 or 20 that then 30 or 40 kind of feels expensive sometimes. But this is like a crazy price for a very good blazer. For accessorize, I'm gonna keep it simple with just a simple silver bracelet like this that I got in my hometown on an island in France, and this one also is from the same place. It has pearls and a small shell. It's really beautiful and I feel like it will go very well with the cream top. I would say most of my jewelry is either hand-me-downs from my mom or my grandma, or things that I bought through travels and just different places that I've been to. So I don't have a very big collection. I have a good collection, I think that's enough, but usually you're gonna see the same pieces over and over in my videos because I'm just very picky with jewelry and I tend to be very loyal with the pieces that I already have. And for bags, I'm gonna add this small Dior purse. Technically it's not a purse, it's a toiletry bag. I've had it since I was a kid, so I'm not sure. Actually, it says Dior Parfum, so it's perfume. So it must have been like a perfume set or something like this. I feel like nowadays you wouldn't see that, like they wouldn't give you that in a perfume set. It's so pretty. Just use it as a purse. I don't think it should be a toiletry bag. Yeah, it's just very pretty and I love taking it when I'm going out. It doesn't hold a lot, but usually I just have like one eyebrow pencil, one lip product, my phone, and my husband has the rest. So yeah, this is perfect when I go out. This is typically the kind of outfit that I would wear to go out with my husband on a date, or even like someone's house party if it wasn't like a big kind of messy party and it was more like sit down dinner kind of vibe. It's not very formal, but it's not something casual either that I was just wear to go, I don't know, shop or like do errands. The next item I'm gonna talk about is cardigans. There's something very nostalgic and kind of endearing about cardigans. Every time I see a cardigan, I think of like a rom-com main character. For this specific outfit, I kind of want to channel that rom-com kind of cute romantic energy, and so I'm gonna pair it with the capri pants that I was using earlier for another outfit. I think capris and a small cardigan just look so cute together. I just love this combo. And then I'm just gonna add this very simple tank top. This one is from the brand L. For shoes, I'm gonna wear these loafers. It's the only type of pants that go well with loafers in my opinion. With mini skirts or shorts, it looks a bit too preppy and a little bit too schoolgirl uniform. It can be a vibe, but it's not really the vibe that I'm trying to go for today. So I feel like with capris, it has that more mature and romantic vibe without going too preppy, if that makes sense. And then to finish the look, I don't want it to be too serious and too old-timey, if that makes sense. So I want to add this very cute 2000 Guess bag. I wear it a lot just because it's a very simple bag. It goes with everything. I love the little buckle and the monogram. It's just my kind of bags. For accessorize, again, I'm not gonna go too crazy. I want to add my Tiffany ring that I got for my 25th birthday. Really like this ring. And just my usual silver bracelet. This one has hearts and the other one has shells. Yeah. This is also the type of everyday casual look that I would wear to go shopping. It's something that you're gonna notice with my outfits. I usually go for comfort over, not style, I wouldn't say that, but I go for practicality and comfort first, and then I make it cute. But I wouldn't suffer all day for an outfit unless it's a big event or it's somewhere where I know I'm gonna be sitting and I want to wear like a certain piece that is not very comfortable. But usually on a day-to-day basis, I wear very comfortable things. You also notice that I reuse the same pieces a lot. I have a lot of pieces that are very basic and that I can mix and match with everything. And where I go for statement pieces is more with jackets, bags, shoes, accessorize and things like this. But I have a lot of basic pieces that to me are not basic in the sense of it's a simple white tee. So sometimes it can be like a frilly top, or like the lace top that I showed you for me is a basic. It's just something that I can wear with almost everything in my closet. That's what I call a basic. And the last item I'm gonna talk about is knitwear sets. I have a lot of them, especially when I want to stay home and I want to look cute and put together. I don't want to be in a pajama. So this is a cashmere set from the brand Monoprix, which is technically a grocery store in France. They're on the higher end price. They also have a clothing line. They have also home decoration, but their clothes are known to be very good. Like, it's not just a grocery store line. They have very good cashmere at a very good price. I just love this brand. I always go there when I'm back in France. The pants are like this and they're quite long and quite flared and baggy. They're so comfortable, so breathable, and it has like a little elastic at the waist. So I'm gonna pair the set with boots. These are my trusty UGG boots. They're not the kind that have like the all sweat material. These ones are very sturdy. I've had them for years now and they're still going good. And I've worn them during winter here in Canada, so you know, it's a good thing. They have a bit of a platform. They're very comfortable and they go well with everything. For my bag, I'm gonna wear this Lancel bag. I really like it. It has a very smooth kind of leather. It's a very classic shape. I think they did a new one that has almost the same shape, but I think the handle is different. Maybe it has like some hardware here. I'm not sure. And you can fit a lot, surprisingly, so it's a very good everyday bag. I don't want to add any jewelry to this outfit because I don't feel like it really calls for it. It's a very comfy kind of casual outfit. I don't really need to wear any type of jewelry. This is what I would wear most days at home, or if the weather gets a little bit colder, but I still don't need a full like jacket or a puffer. So that's all for now. I hope you've enjoyed this time together. If you want to follow me on here or on Substack, I talk about fashion, interior design. I do review of runways. I also have kind of like a personal diary every month on Substack, so that you can also follow that. And I am also very active on Pinterest if you want to check that. And I'll see you again soon. Bye.